Welcome to the Freud's Angels weekly reading, bringing the collective guidance and understanding for this week's energy.
Remember, never give your power up to a reader or a reading. You always have the power of autonomy. Hey, angels. Welcome to your weekly reading. We're reading from the 24th of August to the 30th. Last week of August, friends. It is September next week. It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, I don't know. Time is flying. And you know what's funny? This is really ridiculous, but it's funny. For me, it is, anyways. So I mark every time I get my cat her wet food, I get it in a pack of 30. And so it's like I mark the entire month by how much cat food I have. And like I went in there yesterday. I'm like, I only have 2 cans left. I'm like, oh my God, where did this month go? I just bought cat food.
Right? Yeah, it does feel very weird because when you said it, that time it landed, and I was like, I really feel like it was just yesterday we were complaining about how long January was.
I
Like,
know.
that was a long time ago. Like with people, I'm still saying I'm new to Lexington. I'm like, girl, you've been here almost a year now. You are not new. It's not happening that way. Yeah, like it's definitely, but yeah, I mean, I tend to like I think I've told everybody that will listen that since South Carolina, I have like very much jumped into like timeline jumping and just detaching from time kind of thing, and time and space and distance, and it has been wild how real it is. Like I still, like, somebody yesterday posted something and I was like, oh, I should go to it. It's in fucking South Carolina. I'm not going to it because I don't live there anymore. But it's like my brain doesn't feel distance anymore. It's just like, well, I mean, if you want to do, you could. Absolutely, you could, because it's right there.
Yeah.
Right there. It's 12 hours away in a car. But like just that like feeling of, detaching from time the way that I used to feel it, where it was like, oh, the weekends go by fast, and just constantly being obsessive about time. And like when you stop doing that, look what happens. You just live.
I mean, just what, a week, 2 ago, we were like, is Mercury retrograde over?
Seriously. Yeah, I was I mean, now I feel like it didn't happen. It's so wild. Like, I'm like, yeah, I guess that was a thing. Like, you were like, go back and listen. It was a thing.
Yeah, a big thing. Yeah, well, and all the Schumann resonances on how it's been like massive. The electromagnetic field of the earth has been shifting and pulsating and growing, and it's just been massive. And so that, I think, too, like propels us into different timelines and different energy. And like we're just not really sure how we got here without knowing how we got here.
Yeah. It makes me lean very much into the like, all right, just follow the path, because
follow the rabbit.
Yep. Just do it.
All right. Where are the mermaids taking us this week?
Well, the mermaids took us someplace, every time like I get something that I'm used to getting, I get like a little bit irritated. Like, can you give me something else, man? Like, I'm tired of the same cards. Well, I got one today. I got the recognition card.
Oh,
which, yeah, like I was like, oh, hey now. And so she's like lounging. She's got like a little like looks like a oyster purse, surprise, got pearls in it, or a clutch type thing. And when I first saw the card, I was like, recognition, recognize. And I was like, no, that's not it. It feels like it's about your relationship with being recognized. And yeah, I was like, what? Like, tell me more, universe. It the thing about recognition, right? Like, is that I feel like sometimes there's like a contrived part of our lives, right? Like where we're taught to show up a certain way so that we get recognition in a certain way, right? And then we'll like kind of chase that. We'll chase like that certain validation, or that, that one that feels comfortable, and then be very uncomfortable with other forms of recognition, right? Like depending on whatever it is, like as a woman, I feel like I'm over like being catcalled. right? Like, I don't want to be called beautiful. Like, fucking, I'm tired of that word. Like, say something that feels like it's about me, right?
Yeah.
Like, say something that feels very personal and not just a word. So I think, just our recognition, like definition, is being called into question today. And I also, it's funny because I've also been talking about like kind of integration of selves a lot lately, and different selves. And this was a personal journey for me of recently just kind of snapping, because I got really tired of hearing people saying things about me that were like what I didn't feel like were true. Like, well, you're this, you're that. Like, it was like pedestal thinking. And it irritates me so much because I know how messy I am inside sometimes. And I know how much work I'm really doing on a regular basis. So I feel invalidated by people who are just like, oh, like, you have it all. And
It's
it's
so
like,
easy to be you.
motherfucker. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So easy to be you. Like, it is not easy to be me all the time. And I like being me, and I love my life, and I feel very proud of myself, but that's not the recognition I'm looking for, right? And that's what like, I feel like that was something that really came up for me, of saying, you've fallen into like a persona that is an online curation because of your business, which is fine, you're allowed to do that. But if you don't like that recognition, if you don't like where that's taking you and what that's, giving back to you, what changes that? You know what I mean? And to me, it was like integration of self, because then I realized, like, oh, well, how comfortable are you showing up like that so that other people can see your messiness in that area? And I was like, pretty uncomfortable, actually.
Funny you
Like,
ask.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, okay. Like, if I'm not going to recognize that in myself as beautiful, then why the hell is anybody else going to do it? They're not even going to receive that energy. You've closed the door. So I
Yeah.
feel definitely like this card is asking us to look at ourselves and what we want to be seen and known for, and how much shadow exists in that space.
Yeah. I don't want to be seen and known for things. It's too risky. It's
But
it's
isn't
that,
it risky not to? Like,
yeah,
that's what I feel like the
so
conversation
true.
was to myself, is like, well, you're seeing the repercussions of not doing it, and it feels like you're not
Yeah.
experiencing all of the conversations even that you could have. Like,
Yeah.
that feels like a risk I don't want to take either. So yeah, I've had a lot of personal conversations with myself about integration of self
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. And you're right. It is too risky to not be, but it's like that fear of being perceived, I think is a big thing. And it's, as we work with it, it gets easier. But it's funny because when we talk about the recognition of who we want to be known for and who we want to be, the surrender card came up, was surrender to receiving support and love. And, and sometimes, when we're recognized, we're able to receive that, right?
Yeah.
Because when people recognize who we are and what we are, they recognize the internal us, our light, our who we are. And I think too is that, we also have to recognize our deservability, our worthiness for the support and love that is out there, and recognize that because of who we are and who we try to be, which is, most of us are good humans who are supportive and loving to those and who do no harm, right?
Mhm.
That because we're recognized as that, and because, we do deserve that, and we deserve it anyways, regardless. But it's that sense of like, oh, I am deserving of the people around me helping me. And it's hard for those of us who are hyper independent to do that. And it's hard
Yeah.
for us to ask and to allow, because then there's other conversations happening internally. And
Yeah.
yeah, but the card says allow love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. right? That's how we create reciprocity in relationships. That's how we create community, is when we allow people to support us in ways that we're so resistant to. I mean, I know, like, just recently I had to ask somebody for a ride to a procedure. And okay, I don't know anybody here but a few people. And I only asked this person because she had offered a long time ago. And I was like, I don't know, because I like, we don't hang out other than, when we're connected in what we're doing. And I asked, and I was just like, I understand if you can't. Like, I went to do all of those things that I always say. I disclaimer and give them permission to say no. But I was like,
Mhm.
no, we're just going to ask, hey, I don't, this is the timing I was wondering if you're available. I can, if you need compensation because you're missing out on work or clients, I'm happy to help with that, whatever. She was like, absolutely. I just booked the whole day off. It's fine. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, what?
That was just so easy.
I'm like, how? Like, I immediately wanted to cry because it was such a relief, because I get so worried not knowing anybody that
Yeah.
if you have to go do a procedure and you can't drive because of anesthesia, like, man, you're stuck. You can't
Yeah.
have it. And so to have, I don't know, it was just so relieving to experience that, but also that I allowed it to happen. Right.
Yeah.
And that I was brave enough to ask for help from someone that I don't think that I've given enough to deserve it.
Yeah. I'm feeling very called out.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. And I was like, yeah, you'll only ask your sister because she's your sister.
Yeah.
Like, because you were talking about all that. And I was like, yeah, in South Carolina, there was one person, and it was a very not reliable person, and usually punished me for it. You didn't do that really that often there. Why? Like, because it wasn't your sister. Like, it's so easy to just ask your sister. Like, it's
Yeah.
yeah, there's a whole thing around that. And it's funny. I was thinking about that the other day too, because me in relationships, we're still working on it, and I was thinking about how fucking hard everything is. Like, I was like, I am tired, man. I'm doing shit all the time. Like, there is never really a time where there's nothing to do, and there's a lot of things I have to do, right? Like, and I have to do it. I'm the only one here. And so I sat down and I said, what do I want somebody to do right now for me? And I was like, nothing. And it's not true, but in that moment it was true, because I was like, well, I can't sit here and do nothing while they do something. And I was like, what is happening right now? Like, that's the thing, right? Like, and that's a blocker of you're going to block that abundance if you don't allow yourself to feel like that belongs to you, right? That somebody could recognize, right? Like, to talk about recognition, that you deserve a break, and then just give you one. What?
Yeah.
Still not sold on it as I say it out loud. Um, but yeah, that's a thing. And it comes from, spaces of where we chose people who didn't show up for us. There's good reason for that trauma to be there, but I feel like, when we evolve, we really do need to test those waters with our newest versions, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
this version of me, she probably called in some people that actually will help you, because you're getting closer to wanting to do that, like, and I met some friends, some neighbors who, I took my sister to a Nelly concert for her birthday, which, oh my God, was so good. But I had to pay a babysitter, because I was like, my babysitters are coming with me. Shit. The only people I know and trust with my kid are coming with me. And so I asked around and everything like that. And then I met these people at the pool, and their kids love Scarlett, and Scarlett loves them. And they were just like, oh girl, like, I wish we, talked before, because we absolutely would have just taken her, and I'm like, what?
Really?
Like, yeah, like, I was like, what? I can't even fathom that. And it's like, yeah, because that's where you're at right now, because you're allowing it. Even though you're allowing it in the safety of your sister, you're allowing it. And so you're going to call in the people who are going to give that to you. And so I'm just watching patiently, as I'm, navigating all this stuff, like, who are the people that I'm calling in? And then do I realize that can I recognize that I deserve those things, and allow them to give that to me, like allow their recognition of what I deserve to be also true. Ugh. Ugh. And now I said it out loud. Hurts. Hurts. Real time processing.
Yeah. In the minds of Vanessa.
Yeah. Yeah. You think this is crazy? This goes on, at 100 miles an hour all day.
I know. Well, you got some of my like craziness last reading. So yeah, here you go. So we are friends. Thanks for being here.
Yep.
All right. Our money card this week is I release any fear of being wealthy with love and forgiveness. I said something I had this epiphany the other day of, because I've been working really hard at my relationship with money and trying to understand it and trying to see it in reality, not in what, some spiritual bypassing moment, but in true reality of what it is. And I was doing something and this hit me. It's like, yeah, you don't trust yourself with money, but you trust yourself to not have any because you know what to do when you don't have any.
1,000%. Yeah.
But you don't trust yourself because you don't know that you know what to do when you have it.
I know what to do. I spend it.
Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah. So there's this sense of like, of course you're not going to keep money around because there's no sense of trust that you can have it, or that you're not going to go and seek it, like, do more work or invite more work in, because it's like, well, she doesn't know how to handle the money, but it's like, oh, okay. It's a safety thing internally for my nervous system, but it's also that sense of self-trust. And it's like, oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's my boundaries.
Yeah.
I know still to this day that I struggle with boundaries. Like the last person that I got into a relationship with, it was like, oh, do you want that? I can get that for you. Do you want that? I can get that for you. Like, did they ask? Absolutely not. Was he even willing to accept it? No, because I did attract a me. So I was like, well, this is hard. Now I understand how fucking difficult I am to deal with. Yeah. Like I was like, it's annoying. Let me do it. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, like I just watch how I'm like, oh, do you want that? I'll do that for you, or I'll get that for you, or I'll pay for that, or what, you know what I mean? Like, I do want to like kind of spoil people, but then it becomes at my expense, which is what I should have learned in my prior relationship and didn't, but it came up of like, so that is one of your money blocks of you can't be trusted, not just because you'll spend it, but because you have no boundaries and other people will manifest through you, and that's not going to work. Like that's going to get cut off.
See it as so.
Yeah. So like this, it's a good conversation to have with yourselves about what it means to be wealthy and what real fears, like dig underneath, because a lot of people, I'm not afraid. I guarantee I can find a fear if I sit with you for an hour.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. 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 Friends, I hope you have a good week. We'll have an episode this Wednesday. Yeah. And if you need us, you know where to find us. Love you guys.
Love you. Thanks for listening.
We hope we gave you something to support your journey.
Check out our Facebook or Instagram page to connect with us.
Have a great week.